All right, Slappers. Today is a very interesting guest. She is an indie film director, writer, and costume designer. Her most recent proof of concept film, If I May, is expected to do its debut next year in the film festival circuit, boy. You know what it is. Without further ado, start the program.
What up, Mo? Yeah, we what up, Mo? Slap 'em up. Yeah, we slap 'em up. Yeah, we slap 'em up. We slap 'em up.
It's cinnamon vanilla.
Oh, I'm a big vanilla girl.
A little bit of vibe to that one.
Yeah.
A little extra. Well, I just want to say thank you. You came over here. That's
Thanks
crazy.
for having me.
Like you drove here and decided to come talk to me. That's awesome.
I did.
That's always I always like to express gratitude, you know?
I appreciate that.
For sure. Are you a grateful person?
I think so.
It would have been weird if you're just like, no.
No, I hate everyone, actually. I don't appreciate anything that happens to me ever.
Yeah. No, I know some people like that for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
It's common, I feel like, nowadays.
Your most recent project, If I May. That's the name of it. I'm not being polite. So that was kind of huge. You worked on it for how long?
3 shooting days, but we were writing it and prepping for it for like over a year.
Wow.
Maybe 2 years.
When you're writing something like that, where do you start? Is it kind of like writing a book?
Kind of, I guess. We kind of just came up with like a baseline for what we wanted the story to be. And then from there, we like outlined like beats that we wanted to hit and like scenes that we wanted in it and kind of the overall vibe, and then just kind of went from there. And we would write things that didn't make it or write things that we look back on now and we're like, why did we do that? But yeah, it all kind of like, if you were to look at our like very first draft of If I May, it's like completely different than where we are now. But it just kind of like ebbs and flows. And yeah,
I have trouble. It's hard for me to co-create something with somebody else because I feel like my artistic vision is always so out there. When you wrote If I May, you wrote it with others, correct?
yeah, I wrote it with one other person. His name's Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Shout out.
Sweet. He's coming on the show in a
Yes.
few weeks. How, say you really want some sort of character development or very like crazy crescendo to happen and other people are not feeling it. Do you just go, I'm gonna go make my own movie? Like, get out of here.
Yeah, there were definitely moments where, I mean, it's natural to disagree on some things, no matter what it is or like what you're making. Me and Jeremy have always worked really well together. This isn't the first thing that we've written together. But yeah, if there's like moments where I'm like, I really want it to be this way, I'm pretty vocal about how I feel and what I like and what I want. So I have no problem going to him and being like, this is what I want. Excuse me. But, and he'll tell me like his opinions and stuff, and then we'll kind of compromise from there. But if it's something that I'm like really, really passionate about, then yeah, I'm fine just like kind of taking that and saving it for something else that I could use in the future on like a different project.
It's always insane when I see movies or even specifically indie films or YouTube documentary style videos that clearly have multiple hands on it. That's just something I've never been able to get down with.
Yeah.
I don't know how to co-create because I think my artistic vision and why it works so well with the podcast is I like to take things a weird route that other people wouldn't agree with. Mm-hmm. In fact, whenever I'm talking to somebody and brainstorming, I always say bad ideas lead to good ones because I start saying crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what if he dies at the New Year's party, but comes back as like vampire? Nobody knows he's a vampire, but now he's just super attractive and forthcoming, and he has the courage to finally tell his crush, but now he wants to eat his crush.
Yeah. I mean, that's a story I can get behind.
Okay.
I love vampires. As anyone who knows me knows. But
Why is that? Why do girls like vampires?
I don't know. Maybe
know.
it's like
You know.
maybe
Say
it's
it.
like the eternal life with someone, and
But it's also a little bad at the
yeah,
same
it's like
time.
bad
Yeah.
and brood. They're always like brooding and like
brooding.
yeah,
I think I've brooded before.
yearning. Something about the way vampires are depicted a lot of the time is always like it's always at the female gaze. So it's like
This
We just
podcast
love
is a
it.
bit female gaze.
is it?
I don't know. We have like 20% girl viewership.
There you go.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And actually, this is the first time ever we're having a girl guest on 2 times in a row.
Oh, there you go.
So girl power, I appreciate that. So you worked on If I May. It's in editing right now. What other big proof of concepts or indie films have you kind of had your fingers on?
I've worked on a couple, not that I've like wrote or directed myself, but I've worked on a couple just like on the crew, which was really nice and really eye-opening and really reminded me of why I like wanted to get into the industry. But I've also I feel like I've been writing like since I was a kid, and I've also been interested in film and stuff since I was a kid. So I've kind of been doing it forever. And I have wrote stuff like in college, and I'm writing something else right now. But as far as like professional, I've worked on like maybe like 4 or 5 like indie things where it's like really, really small, sometimes not even paid or like paid very little, and has become like not like a big thing, but you know, it's cool to get to see it like out in the world. There's a project that I worked on a couple years ago that's finally coming out in August at the end of the month, and I was just a crew member on it. I was a set costumer, but that was one of the projects I worked on that was really, really inspiring to me and reminded me of like why I do what I do.
So when you're watching something like Dune Part 2, right? And you see the wardrobe, as
Yeah.
somebody who works in costume design and stuff for film, what like blows your mind? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing?
A lot of the time it comes down to like if the costumes work with who the characters are as people and just the way that costumes are made as well. So like you brought up Dune. Dune has incredible costumes in terms of all those things of like how the costumes work with the characters and who they are as people, but also in terms of the world and what's going on around them. Like their little like, I don't know, like desert suit things that they wear with like the nose strip thing. Like you wouldn't think that, I guess something like that would work on a piece of paper per se, but like when you start to piece it all together and see it on the actors and in the world on set, it all just pieces together.
I kind of wish costumes were more socially acceptable just to wear on a Monday night, you know? If I had a desert suit, boy, I'd put that thing on.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about me, I love a theme and I love to dress up and do nothing. Even if I'm doing nothing, I just love to like dress up and have fun. I think we're losing a lot of whimsy in the world. So I think that we need to start dressing up in costumes on like a Tuesday and going out and just like, I don't know, LARPing with our friends or something. You could put a Dune suit on and get a sword and like go to the park and play pretend.
Yeah, make America whimsy again.
Make
That's what
America
I've been
whimsy
saying.
again. We used to be a proper country.
For sure. Yeah, boy, desert suit, I'd put that thing on for sure.
You should.
With the whole little Paul Atreides nose covering whatever he wears. And I haven't read the manga or anything about Dune.
Same.
Or the books, I should say. It's not a Japanese thing. Anyways, I think and this is my opinion. I think Paul Atreides is going to be similar to Darth Vader, or I could be completely wrong. I think he's absolutely the antagonist, but he's the antagonist that we can also support, and he's the main character, but he does horrific things, like killing millions of people.
I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Well, because I think...
You're like, dude, first scene, I knew that.
Duh.
Are you dumb?
How did you not know that? Well, Star Wars is based on Dune, loosely. Like, it's inspired by Dune. There's a lot of parallels between the two. And they're both in space, and they're both wars happening in space, and, like, space Nazis.
Yeah.
You know?
So, George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, absolutely sent it. It was great. Very good. The prequels are my favorite by far. Okay. Disney gets a hold of it. And there's a lot of talk there. They created a lot of content for Star Wars, which we can appreciate. What do you think these big studios, movie creators like Disney are missing from like an indie filmmaker's perspective?
Well, I think the main thing is studios they just want to make money at the end of the day. Most of the time, I think a lot of the people at the top, like, of these companies have never worked on set a day in their life. So they don't know what it really means to, like, work on something and be a part of something and create something. Like, a lot of these execs are just money people and, like, know how to run businesses, but they don't necessarily know how to be creative and make movies, or just make stories in general. So I think that is kind of what's translating to a lot of things that are coming out now. You know, everyone is talking about how there's only like prequels. There's only like sequels and like reboots and like stuff that's coming out now. And it's because the companies know that they'll make money on those, and it's been proven by everyone going to see them and them making millions of dollars no matter what it is. So I think that's become an unfortunate thing, because I think it limits what indie filmmakers, or just like people, even if it's not indie, I mean, you still have like huge blockbusters that could be being made, and you still do. I mean, you get things like Dune and stuff like that are like amazing, but I think most of it is just they're just trying to make a quick buck and trying to put as much money in the like execs' pockets as they can and make as much profit as they can. So they do stuff for like really cheap, and for like they don't really care about the story or like anything like that. And that's why it gets shoved out, because they know no matter what, people are going to go see the live action Lilo and Stitch. They're going to take their kids.
It's starting to feel like a lot of art that has a lot of money behind it is just one big money laundering scheme. Yeah. Like, what can we write off with this? And how could this for sure work? Oh, it could for sure work if we just made another White Man Can't Jump. Yeah. And we put Jack Harlow as the lead actor. Yeah. That'll work. You know, it'll definitely get views. So streaming services. Is movies coming out on streaming services a good thing for smaller creators, smaller directors, indie film people? Is this better for you guys? Is there more movies going out, or is this worse?
Yes and no. Streaming is a difficult topic, because streaming is great for consumers because you can consume a lot all at one time. Like, you don't have to wait every week for an episode anymore.
Oh, yeah, I remember The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in my pajama shorts just waiting for that thing.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's a lot of the times, even if stuff is in theaters, it'll either get put on streaming at the same time, or it'll be out of theaters in like 2 weeks. So a lot of the times now people are waiting for stuff to just go on streaming. But the thing about streaming is that nothing has really been, not regulated isn't the right word, but you don't make the same money through streaming as you do through like theaters. So like if a movie is in theaters and makes $1 million, let's say.
Something like.
Yeah. In theaters, something like Dune or like Barbie or Oppenheimer, like those all made like $1 million+ at the box office. That's all money that goes and fuels like the studios, but also like the execs and producers and stuff that made the movies. Whereas with streaming, a lot of the time, you don't get anything, or like you sell it for like a base price and then it's just like on the streaming service, or like they'll pay like a lot less for it. And because we don't pay, like if it's a Netflix made produced movie where it goes straight onto Netflix, we're not paying to necessarily, like, how do I say this? If you go to a movie, you're paying what, $15, $20 for a ticket.
Yeah.
But if you are watching something on Netflix, all you're paying for is the streaming service of Netflix. And then you can watch whatever you want on Netflix. So you're not getting the same amount just by paying for the subscription, because you're paying, what, $30 a month for Netflix, but you're not paying for that one specific movie that you want to watch on Netflix. So it's a lot different.
It's more of a catalog.
Yeah.
Like, we got a little bit of this.
Yeah. So you don't make the same kind of money that you would on streaming as you would in a theater, which is why like a lot of directors and stuff, or just like people who work in the industry in general, are like, you know, go to the movie theaters, because it really does like keep movies alive, and it helps you not get like the bullshit that you see on Netflix.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah, because
I loved Kissing Booth though. I'll tell you what, that was a good series, man. A good movie series. Yeah, I really appreciated Kissing Booth. But yeah, all the movies are like that now. And they all start. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yeah. Well, then you also get to like, because you're able to pump them out so fast, those get even cheaper and even worse and worse, because they don't care. They're just like, okay, we'll give you like a couple thou, go make a movie. And
a couple thou.
A couple thou, go make a movie and we'll put it on Netflix. But it's like the only people that it really benefits for streaming is like the streaming people. And
Yeah.
my words.
Make movies here for cheap.
Yeah. It goes like all into like Netflix CEO pocket. And like, but it doesn't really benefit, like, because the thing with indie filmmaking is that there's no money in it. So even if you say like you're making a movie for...
How is that?
It's hard for people who aren't in the industry to kind of comprehend, and not to be like a snob or like whatever, but it is, because you'll see someone being like, oh, this was made for $3 million. And you're like, well, that's a lot of money. But in the industry, it's not, if that makes sense.
How do rich people, and I don't mean rich people, but like, how do people with money not just absolutely adore the idea of indie films and artists like creating a story with depth? Like, how is there not a group of golfers just gawking at the idea of this like small time golf movie?
I think because, again, like there's no money in it. Like you don't really, unless you have like a really amazing marketing team, like you're not really going to make a lot of money from it. Like it's really hard to make a profit unless you have like, you sell it to a studio, or like it gets distributed really well and like marketed really well. Like that's how A24 started. It started as a distribution company. So they would buy movies and then be like, hey, we have this movie out, go watch it. And it became like indie darlings and things like that. But a lot of the movies that they were pushing out were made for like $1, $2, $3, $4 million, which again sounds like a lot, but is not, in terms of like, you have movies like Dune and that are made for like $200 million. But if you have to think about like, sure, you have $2 million budget, but then you have to pay out your entire crew and then also your actors. And then depending on how like big your actors are will determine their like rates. So like that's how you get like actors who are making $1 million a movie or like $20 million a movie. And that's how you get like $200 million budgets. It's because, well, your actors are taking up half the budget.
Yeah.
But
I've always thought about that, how, you know, I'm sure you're used to doing a lot with a very little when it comes to making your films. Mm-hmm. When I hear the price tags on some of these movies, and then I hear the price tag, I'm like, well, it wasn't really that good. Like, like it took 200 million for you to make that.
Yeah.
Like, what could I do with 200 million? Probably solve world hunger.
Yeah.
I could probably solve world hunger with 200 million.
And I think that's why people enjoy indie filmmaking so much. If you're like into film and stuff, like the average enjoyer is gonna eat up Freaky Friday 2. The like people who are like into film, they appreciate indie filmmaking way more because you have so little to work with, but you're still able to make great things. And that's, I feel like that's how you can also tell like a true storyteller and tell like true talent, is if you can make something out of virtually nothing.
Well, how many success stories are in indie film and like indie film festivals? There's a lot of success stories, aren't there?
Oh yeah.
Where this person directs a certain thing, it gets super viral, they end up selling it, or the proof of concept gets accepted and they create something bigger from it. And then this person's all of a sudden big time. Yeah. Do you know any people like that go big time and then they're like, do you follow anybody on Instagram that goes big time?
Oh,
like,
anybody on
indie film? Gross. Get off
gross. Me. I feel like anyone, at least the people that I know who like have come from indie film, like Damien Chazelle, I feel like is a great example. Like he made a Whiplash is like, was his first.
He made that?
Yeah. So Whiplash started as a proof of concept in a short, and it was taken to like Sundance or something and like blew up at whatever film festival it was. And that's how he got funding in order to make Whiplash a feature. But even the Whiplash feature was only made for like a couple mil, maybe. But it still is like a success story to where he like started really indie and then was able to build his way up to make La La Land and Babylon.
He made La La Land too?
Yeah.
I like Damien. Damien's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But Greta Gerwig too is like an example. Like she was heavy. She started as an actress in like the indie film scene, and then Lady Bird was her debut, and that was an indie feature, and then she just went on to make fucking Barbie, which is insane. Yeah. But yeah, you have like stories like that all the time, and like there's the director of Bottoms that came out a couple years ago. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't know if I want to. Bottoms.
It was like a satirical like high school buddy comedy that came out like 2 years ago or something. Yeah. But she was a film student at like NYU or something and made a short film, like a student short, and then submitted it to film festivals. It got selected. It was called Shiva Baby. And then that was accepted and did really well. And then she got funding to make a feature of Shiva Baby, and now you have that. And then she went on to direct Bottoms, which is an indie darling, and I don't know what she's doing right now, but
what's the common denominator that you have seen between these indie film successes?
Originality, for sure. And I feel like a lot of these, you either have like a really heartwarming, like endearing story, an intense story, or like a comedy. I feel like are like the three like indie things that everyone kind of loves. Especially if it's coming from like someone that you have no idea who they are, really. Like to find someone who's like really funny and like give them a platform I feel like is like cool, and or someone like who has like a really interesting story or like interesting backstory in life, and they make that into their own kind of film. Like that's always interesting. So I'd say just like, I mean, it really is just like originality and having something to say.
So there's no witchcraft to it. And the reason I say
I mean, maybe they
right?
could be casting spells. We don't know.
Yeah, well, they do. They do because sometimes I watch something like La La Land, where it casts a spell on my life and it changes my ethos. It changes the way I think. It changes my morals. And it's not just the hour after the movie. It's like the next day I wake up and I remember.
Yeah.
And it's casting a spell. Ryan Gosling does something to me.
Straight men love Ryan Gosling.
Do we?
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I love Ryan Gosling. What does he do to me? Why does he cast something on me?
I don't know. It's the male gaze, I guess.
Is it really?
Dude.
So girls don't like Ryan?
Girls like Ryan, but he's like the one guy who like straight men love, but also women love. I feel like.
Cool.
Where you get like a Ryan Reynolds and you don't get the same kind of crossover. Straight men love Ryan Reynolds.
I must not be straight.
Maybe not.
He's all right.
Straight men love Ryan Reynolds, but he doesn't have the same pull with women as he does with straight men.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Deadpool probably killed it for him a little bit too.
With the men?
No, with women.
Oh, with women. Maybe.
There is a nice love story in there, but he's
Right.
really ugly through half or pretty much the entirety of it because of
Right.
his scars and whatnot.
Right.
Well, yeah, Jacob Elordi is one of those guys where the male gaze isn't there.
No.
I don't really. I see him and I go, what a buff.
Yeah, exactly.
What a gaffa.
See, straight men.
What a gaffa.
Straight men don't like Jacob Elordi, but women love Jacob Elordi. Female gaze. It's because straight men don't understand. This is not a dig at you.
That's fine.
Straight men don't understand what women like, and a lot of the time they hate on what women like, which is like, there was this viral thing. Do you know who Nicholas Hoult is?
I do, but don't.
Okay.
Uno momento.
So Nicholas Hoult is popping off right now because of what?
Oh yeah,
he's Superman. He's in Superman. He's popping off right now with the straight dudes because he's in Superman. So everyone's like, oh my God, where's Nicholas Hoult been? Meanwhile, all the women have been in love with Nicholas Hoult since 2010, 2008, when he was in Skins, and have just been following his career ever since. It's because men don't appreciate or pay attention to what women like.
What's a book a straight dude can read to understand the feminine gaze? Because I feel like girls be reading them books, boy. They read a book and there's a male character and the first sentence of the novel is like, firm grasp around my wrist, and it wasn't. It was letting up lightly, and then it continues. You know.
That's a good question. I really don't know. The first thing that this is gonna sound stupid, but the first thing that came to my mind was Twilight. Although I don't think that that's the answer, but it might just be because I'm reading Twilight with one of my straight male friends, forcing him. So that could be why that was the first thing that came to my mind. But maybe like Pride and Prejudice, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Great movie.
Like
I haven't read the book, but great movie.
Yeah.
No, I understand the feminine gaze. There's a guy I've had on the show. His name's Jameson Freeman, and he makes these cooking videos. And he like taps chicken thighs sometimes with a knife, nice and loose, and then he'll like flip it around, and then he kind of does a little dance, which is not too much, but it's not cocky, and it's just enough to be like, I'm approachable.
Right.
And all his comments are always, he understands the feminine gaze. He's out of a novel. And it's just him with like Kendrick and SZA in the back, and he's just like tapping a chicken thigh like this.
Yeah. Right.
There's an art to it.
There is an art to it. It doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't get the food sex thing, but I support him in his endeavors.
That's very nice of you. Yeah. I definitely was able to, and I still do. I can turn it on. I can turn on I can manipulate the feminine gaze. Does that make sense?
I don't
That's
think
how
you
I got
should
my
be
wife.
manipulating.
You don't think so? we all got to get what we want.
Right.
Well, yeah, I turn it on and off, mostly off.
Right.
But
Mostly off.
I have enough grasp to be able to turn it on. Maybe not to certain standards, but
Right.
I totally get what you're saying.
What do you think? What's the female gaze to you?
Ooh, you're getting me in trouble. This is a close one. Wow, let me walk lightly. I think not trying and being yourself. Mm-hmm. Deeply being, I don't want to say in the world, but like having a great understanding of what's happening and very strong opinions, but always open to, and when I say strong opinions, it's more so like right opinions. Does that make sense? Like being who you are and knowing exactly what you are.
Right.
I think that attracts just everybody. So I'll answer it like that. But then also tapping a chicken thigh lightly might be a good.
Yeah, that'll get the girls going.
Well, at 1 to 10, how was that?
I'll give you a 7.
That's really high. Appreciate it. Wait, can you explain it to me? Can you teach me?
I could give you some pointers. Maybe we can do classes where we teach you the female gaze.
And this is paid and everything. You're trying to fund these indie
yes.
films, aren't you?
Yeah. I need some money in my pocket so I can fund my movies.
Yeah. Well, if you had to give me one tip, what would it be just now?
Yearn.
Yearn. Oh, you do like the vampires. Yep.
Brood and maybe not brood, but yearn.
Make eye contact, but don't talk.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Do that. Women love a yearner.
Yeah. I'm definitely hiding my tactics because I definitely have used that before on my wife.
You've yearned for her?
Yeah. I've made a yearn sequence occur,
Okay.
you know?
Good.
Especially when I first met her.
Good.
A lot of yearning.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the important time
For
to
sure.
yearn. Yeah.
So let's dig into something. Oh, so you mentioned a couple movies that have performed really well recently. And you never said a Minecraft movie, and I didn't really get that.
Right.
So a Minecraft movie,
It's a movie.
it's a movie, and it says it in the name.
Yeah.
It says a movie or the movie.
One of the two.
Yeah. But the meme culture behind it,
Right.
and a lot of movies are leveraging this. Barbie, with a lot of the music, a lot of big TikTok trends, they knew what they were going for. Is this good for art or is this bad for art? Oh, I know people are going to be making 10-second videos with this bad boy. Like, let's do this.
I think it depends. I think it can be good if it's not trying too hard. The thing with Barbie, I think why everyone loved it and why it worked so well and why there were memes and stuff around it was because it didn't try to have those moments. They just kind of came naturally, and you have the charisma of like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling being able to create moments like that during something that translates really well to audiences. Whereas I haven't seen the Minecraft movie, so don't know, but
Could have guessed that.
I think I'm just going to take a wild guess and say the Minecraft movie tried a bit too hard to create these memes and moments and funny bits
Yeah.
that to like the more adults, people who are not children, I think could watch it and be like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But obviously when you're 8 years old and I don't know what they do in the Minecraft movie, but Jason Momoa is like falling on his face, you're going to think that that's like the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just, the line is whether or not you're like trying too hard. And I think that comes with everything. I feel like it's pretty easy to like see through something when it's not genuine and versus when it is.
When you're creating, what's your muse? Is it this yearning and this like feminine gaze? Serious. Is it like this love aspect? And is that your deep sort of muse?
I think that I'm very inspired by I think romance, but also just like life in general. I think there's something really special, and I know that life can be like obviously hard, and but I think there's something special in like romanticizing it as well. And kind of taking everything day by day. And there is, whether or not something is hard, there's also so much beauty in the world, and it's hard to see those things when we're kind of like in the struggles or like the depths of hell. But you still have like I love sunsets and like rainbows and things like that, and I think in those moments it reminds me of like, okay, like I can get through this and I can go to another day, and that like just romanticizing life I think kind of inspires me.
Do you ever feel like you're solving something? Like when you were creating If I May, does your film reflect insecurities and thoughts and opinions of yours, and then are you kind of solving it as you make this creation?
Yes,
I don't even know what I just asked. That was crazy. Did you know what I asked?
I think I know what you asked.
Holy.
I think,
wow.
Yes, I definitely, and I think this is true for a lot of writers and just creatives in general, that you put a lot of yourself into what you're creating. And yeah, I definitely put insecurities and just like thoughts and feelings into what I create. I wouldn't say that I'm solving any of them for sure. But you know, it's a way to like, I think to a lot of creatives, it's a form of therapy, right? You're like creating this thing to like get your feelings out and to kind of work through your mind what's happening. And whether it's like an extreme, like off the walls kind of movie, like The Substance or something, where it's just like,
oh yeah,
yeah, like you have something so like.
Who made that? I need to FaceTime him. If you know,
I don't remember the director. I know it was a woman.
I could definitely see that shining through.
But yeah, I mean, you have things like The Substance where it's like so out there and like otherworldly, but it still tackles like basic insecurities like self-worth and aging and things like that. That
movie really scared my wife. And at the end, I was just uncomfortable. But for my wife, she was like, that was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. I go, what? There wasn't even any spiders. You know what I mean? It's just a girl aging and then taking this drug, and she gets really ugly, and she's in front of everybody. So I understand. It's weird how we see things different. The name of the woman, the director, is Corelli Fargiet.
Yes. There you go. Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have, like I said, you have her who's like tackling, I'm sure, like her insecurities of like aging and being a woman and things like that. But then you also have the flip side where you have people making such like realistic movies that kind of tackle the same thing, and it's just like a slice of life where you just are with this character going about their life, but it's still tackling like the same kind of themes or underlying
themes overall.
Yeah, themes.
Yeah. I always think about how when we're born, how useless we are.
Me too.
We're like the one animal where it's like, are you for real? Are you for real? You can't sit up?
Yeah, you really can't.
And then you see a deer, they get born and
they're just like already living.
Up. Yeah.
I think all the time about how like you said, how useless babies are.
Yeah.
But also just how like top heavy they are. Like
top heavy.
They're so, have you ever seen a baby just like wobbling around?
Yeah.
Why are they so top heavy?
Right. Yeah, and then now we're making movies. and we can't walk for however long. I haven't had a baby yet, but I'm assuming a year and a half, I think.
In a year and a half, you're gonna have a baby?
No, I'm saying it takes a year and a half.
Oh, when you're
walk.
a year and a half.
You're like, damn, you're planning ahead.
I got excited.
On this date, we will be. Yeah. And now we're making movies. Yeah, we got big brains, but really slow development.
Yeah.
But do you think we're crying so much because we know too much already, but we can't move at all?
Well, maybe. They do say that.
It's a film idea.
Yeah.
Take it and run with it. You're welcome.
They say that babies and like kids are more in tune with like the other side because
They
they're
are.
so fresh.
Yeah, and what was it? My sister, I wasn't born yet. It's an older sister of mine. She tells my mom something, yellow car. She keeps saying yellow car on the drive to school. She's like, what are you talking about? My mom is very in tune with God and spirits and the whole nine. And a yellow car T-boned them. And to this day, my mom, she just gets emotional whenever she tells me the story. And my sister Ariel, she has Asperger's.
Oh.
So she's more successful than me, but she's definitely different.
Yeah.
She has like 2 jobs and a lot of money.
Wow.
Pretty good.
They do say that on the same vein, they say that like people who are on the spectrum are also more in tune with like just like energies and like the universe and things, which is so crazy.
Is there any
that stuff is so interesting?
Yeah, it is. I really like what's that movie? It's not the Iron Claw.
Oh,
The Peanut Butter Falcon.
I've never seen it.
So it's Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
And he's followed with this guy with Down syndrome, and they kind of go on this crazy path together. And the whole kind of depth of the story is Shia LaBeouf learns more from him than anything, and it changes his whole perspective on life.
Yeah.
And I really like movies that incorporate people on the spectrum.
I love movies that have not just like your typical like Hollywood actor, that have people that are like different.
The F1 movie.
I know people who worked on that.
Oh, crap. Dang.
Only because...
You know Brad Pitt?
Yeah, I do. But
it's actually an ex of mine.
Yeah, we don't talk
He's
about
too much.
It. Yeah, we don't talk about him.
Didn't understand the feminine gaze.
He probably doesn't.
Do you dislike me because of this? You ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
I take away what I feel from movies. But do I look up the actors and the directors and what is it? IMBD? Is that the website? IMDb? Yeah. There we go.
IMDb.
I don't look up anything, and then I quickly forget the title, but I always remember how I feel.
I think that's...
It's okay.
I think that's okay. I think as long as you're taking... If it's making you feel something, I would say that that's better than just you remembering the name of the movie.
Yeah.
You know? If you can remember the name of the movie, but not anything that happens in it, I think that speaks more of the movie than the opposite.
What are the different types of movie watchers?
Oh. You have just the average consumer who just will go see the Minecraft movie and think it's like good or like not that bad, right? You have like, I'd say like one step above that, who's like a person who like likes movies but doesn't do any like deeper thinking about it, I guess.
Forgets the movie title when when they walk away.
And then you have like the film fans who I'd say like actively go to the movies and watch like all the popular ones and stuff like that, and are like pretty into movies and can like tell you what it's about, baseline and stuff. And then you have like cinephiles, buzzword. Jeremy's gonna say that when he comes on your show.
If that's not
Clock
the first
that.
word, if that's not the first word he says, I'll be upset.
What is it? Clip this.
All right.
When he says it. But then you have the cinephiles who are like really, really into movies, who will like watch anything and everything and like go to the movies every day and can like give you like the underlying meanings for like why the light flickers at 37 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
like that kind of vibe. And then you have like one step over that who's like will watch anything and everything and every foreign film ever made, and like this knows like every obscure movie that's ever been made and can tell you anything and everything about those movies as well.
Do they
So
need
there's,
help?
like-
Those people?
Maybe.
People who are often very artistic
Mm-hmm.
have gone through certain happenings in life that leads them to express themselves through some sort of avenue. Do you, and if you're not comfortable with talking about whatever, I don't know what I'm asking here. Have you gone through anything in your life that specifically made you artistic and wanting to express your ideas through film?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I
If
mean,
you don't want to expound, that's completely okay.
I'm not going to get into like gritty details or anything, but like, yeah, I mean, I didn't have like a easy childhood. I definitely didn't have like a as difficult as like some people go through, like, but I definitely like I didn't grow up with a lot of money or and I grew up in like a broken home. My mom had me at 16, like was a single parent like most of my life. So I definitely didn't have like an easy upbringing.
That sounds like the Florida Project.
Yeah. I didn't have it that bad, but yeah, I mean, and my mom like always made it work and like was a great parent and put us before anything, which is amazing. And like not everyone has the privilege of having a parent who not only has them so young but also cares so deeply about them.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely an accident. Like obviously she definitely didn't plan to get pregnant at 16, but yeah, I would say that definitely I had a lot of things happen just throughout life that has made me want to like tell stories and work through things.
I feel like very good storytellers are always very in tune with what they know and what they don't know, and what they've gone through and how it's formed them. So I guess that's why I kind of asked a question like that, is I'm always so curious when somebody's very creative. I've always made more sort of YouTube content where there's no acting involved, but there's a lot of storytelling involved in the editing process, filming process, title, thumbnail, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And that's like a different way of portraying and using witchcraft on people to
yeah.
get them to feel something.
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm grateful for you coming by.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I really want to, because your most recent project, the proof of concept, if I may, actually before we start signing off, I want to ask, can you tell the viewers what If I May is kind of about in the general, and when it's going to be out, if you know?
We don't know when it's going to be out. Hopefully,
These indie filmmakers, man.
I know. We've had a bit of hiccups during the post-production phase, but we're getting there. But hopefully it'll be out at least for like our family and friends by the end of the year. We do want to submit it to like festivals and stuff, so that kind of limits, depending on what festivals it gets accepted into, that limits where we can post it and when we can post it, because a lot of film festivals can require you to like have the premiere at their like film festival, so you can't post it on like YouTube or anything before then. So depending on how that all plays out will kind of depend when it can be shown to like the world. But the story follows two college like students who have had like a will they won't they kind of thing going on for their time at college, and then it all kind of comes to head at this New Year's party where they finally like admit their feelings for each other. What happens? We don't know.
I don't trust critics. And the reason I don't touch critics,
Uh-oh.
I never touch critics,
you
but I
heard
don't
that?
trust critics.
You know Jeremy's a critic.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Can't trust.
Clip that too.
Yeah. Well, they rate Jeremy. Let's just say Jeremy. Let's do the whole name. Jeremy rates all my favorite movies so low. But how do critics rate? How does Jeremy rate these movies?
Honestly, I have no idea. Jeremy has, and he can tell you when he comes on, because everyone gives him shit for it. I don't think any of us understand his rating system or how he rates things. I think
Neither do I.
Yeah,
What the
right.
heck?
I think I can only, I guess, speak for how I rate things. And I do it based on not only how a movie makes me feel and how much I enjoy it, but also technical aspects of it as well. Like the cinematography and the acting and like things like that. But I think there's a very fine line. But also art is so subjective. So it's like, just because I like something doesn't mean that you have to. But
that's
yeah,
what
I
I
have no
that's what I think. I think it's so subjective that when I see a percentage next to a movie or something out of 10,
yeah,
I'm like, who are you?
yeah,
Who are you?
yeah. People leave
do you
comments
think?
on Jeremy's videos all the time being like,
Yeah.
why should I listen to you?
Those are the people who don't turn the fan on when they do a number 2. Are you serious?
Right.
You're gonna sit in there in your own stink? That's ridiculous. Like, imagine if paintings at museums had ratings next to it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. That's so dumb.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't like critics. I don't
But
like.
you and Jeremy will have fun.
I love
time.
Jeremy, but he does some things I don't like. We'll see.
That's
I'll meet him
valid.
soon. Yeah. Well, if I may, we'll see when it comes out.
We will.
Where can they follow your process and all the films you're working on and costume designs?
Yeah, my Instagram is just Alyssa Roman. Follow me there. And then we have an Instagram for If I May. That's If I May Film. That has like all of our updates, and you can see like our whole process on there as well.
I got a lot from this conversation. It was really nice meeting you, and I hope we both do similar things. I would love to somehow work with you on something, even if
Yeah.
I'm a old gaffer in the corner. All right. See you guys next week, every episode, baby.